Wait.
It's got recording on.
Right, okay, you don't need to do anything for 18 minutes.
18 minutes.
I'll just try to what I'm trying to sort out is why everything's so quiet and it shouldn't have been.
Yo, check this out, this is Punjabi MC right now, I'm on the airwaves.
Doesn't matter, we have to go anyway.
93.2
I'm going to play
Sheffield
3
Live.
tracks.
This is Sheffield Live.
All ages, all genders, all sexualities, all ethnicities, all abilities, all communities, all together. Be our guest, be our guest, at Diversity Fest. Yes!
Diversity Fest Radio, every Thursday, 3 till 4 p.m. on Sheffield Live. That works. 92 FM at sheffieldlive.org. Yeah, well, it's working. It's all a bit quiet and I still don't know why, but you know, it could be a number of things. I don't know what was causing what really, but it doesn't matter. Sorry Jess, what was your question before that? Because we've got 3 minutes.
I have absolutely no question at all.
Oh.
I'm fine. I'm sitting here just calm and staying out of the way.
I apologise, it's just everything was happening too quickly that I wasn't doing some things because I was still doing the job before and something else I needed to do. Right, yeah, I mean I've got some notes and I'll look to them. So the plan is I'll play this track, it's got 3 minutes left or something, then I'll say something and I'll say, I'm not alone. I've got Carl here, I've not sorted you out on microphone, it's not my time, you just have to shout or come over here and speak. So I'll just say, hello, it's Carl, he's here, and hello, Jess is here. And then I'll play another track, Jess.
Yep.
Really, I'm getting you to say hello so I can check your mic works. Yeah,
Yep, absolutely fine.
While we're actually on. If that's alright.
Perfect.
I want to post this on air now. I haven't done the show yet. Somewhere to sit down, Carl?
There's a seat just here. It's a seat from the desk, that doesn't matter, does it?
No? Any chair, as long as it's not somebody else already sitting on it.
Yeah. That'll be a bit
Really
crowded.
hot. I would leave and go wash my face, but I don't think I've got enough time to do that.
Some face mist here.
Huh?
Some face mist you spray.
It's alright, I'll just sweat. This is not 30 degrees. So, where's that pointing at the moment? Half on me, half on Jess.
See you both, and you'll be leaning forward a bit when you're playing.
Yes.
I probably can't hear you when I've got headphones on, so
Oh right.
if you're saying something,
I was talking to Jeff. No, I mean I wasn't ignoring you either.
I've just got it up a bit louder so I can see what. I've seen if there's any buzzing and stuff, because sometimes we get that.
The screen goes blank. I just press the red button. Well, I do that before the screen goes blank.
Right, in 30 seconds time I'll put the mics on, but I don't know which are the mics. It's me and 3 for Jess, and you've not got one, so yeah. Go. If you need to speak, you have to walk over here. I didn't have time to set that one up.
No.
And anyway, it's a switchable
not.
one on number 3, so we'd have to swap them over anyway, which you can't do. Right, 10 seconds. Do you need your piano on?
No. Not until we start actually making some music.
Hey up, Sheffield. Oh, that's on. Hey! Bloody hell, I don't know how we did this. Trevor here, live and direct from the broom cupboard at Sheffield Live Towers. And I'm not alone this week. Oh, wow, I've got not one guest, but 2 guests. In the studio with me this week, I've got my glamorous assistant, Carl, who will shout or walk over and use my microphone.
Hello.
So again, what are you doing there, Carl?
I'm looking about with the camera.
Okay.
Professional as always.
Right, we'll talk to you a bit later. And we've also got in the studio, we've got Jessica,
Hello!
all the way from sunny Wakefield.
Absolutely. I came down the M1 just to say hi.
Excellent. Wacky Wakefield and Super Special Sheffield. Blimey. It's been nearly 4 years since I had a guest in on the programme, and you can tell because I can't remember how to do anything. Anyway, later, Jess is going to play us some live music, and we might get Carl to do some live juggling or mime on the radio. In the meantime, if there is anybody listening out there, and you can think of an interesting question that I can ask Jessica later, text it in or post it to our Fast Burp page. My text number, I can't see the bit of paper and I can't remember it, so if you don't know it, it's tough. No, it's 0790 264 255. I shall repeat that more slowly, so you can get your pencil and paper ready. 0790 264 255. I should have given that number to Jess earlier, and Carl. I think Carl might have it.
I've got your number.
Carl's got my number. That's excellent. Right, it's got my number written on the back of a bit of paper. Right, so
On my phone, professional like.
much better. My 2 guests in the studio are far better organised than I am. I just run around falling over things and doing wrong things. Anyway, so yeah, what was that track I just played? It was your number 79 in this year's Festive 33. Yeah, no, never any good at maths. It was a Handel song by Hannah Ashton and Rosie Atwood Harris. So, right, what should we do now? I'm going to play another song, and then maybe afterwards we might ask Jess a fiendishly hard question. Let's go for it.
This is Sheridan Shacklethwaite here, and you're
the right one.
listening to...
The Divers.
No, I didn't.
It's a radio show.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry.
Off air. Swear as much as you like.
Best radio show.
I can't just do it to command.
The
I might not be able to hear you swearing now. Can you do swear in
Trevor
mine?
Tomlin, Sheridan. Trevor
Yeah.
Tomlin.
Yeah.
Of course it is. On Sheffield Live
Yeah.
with the legendary Trevor Tomlin. Hope you enjoy the
Who
show.
the fuck's he? Always a bit of a gap. Come on. Do you hate these tracks that are really quiet beginning, so you don't
Yes.
know whether they're stopped or not? Oh, pesky musicians. Sorry, no. Nothing. But if only all tracks started at a high volume and ended at high volume, it'd be easier to.
It's all Trevor Horn's fault.
Is it?
Yeah.
It'd be really boring though, wouldn't it? It'd be really fucking boring.
Pretty much every Trevor Horn track starts really quietly.
Yeah. The track I'm playing now, I haven't played many times before, so I can't remember the beginning. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's helpful. And also ones that have a quiet stop in the middle when the CD player stops because it thinks the track's stopped. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, it's working. It's working.
Let's work out what I'm doing. A bit of paper.
Oh yeah, so the answer you
Just
Do you wanna
a
play-
scrap paper kicking around there.
yeah, I'll be very small.
Yeah, that'll do nice.
Oh, lots of small bits. Do you want to when I come back, I'll say something about what I just played. And do you want to play for 15 minutes? I might ask you a question at the beginning.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of it yet, but it's something like, can you tell us who or what is the bleeding obvious? It's probably because that kind of
And
says who you are. And where's that on the
somebody
number?
gets to- It's got
8.
loads. Somebody gets to 10 seconds or so, press that.
No, wait till it stops.
Wait till it stops altogether.
Yeah, and then press the red button.
Right.
And if it's not pointing at Jess when she's playing, but it is.
It is.
I mean, I'd just leave it there. Because if sometimes you get the front of my head and sometimes you don't, it doesn't matter, does it?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, exactly, I would leave it. But yeah, wait till it stops and it will just go to naught. And I think it actually even disappears. And all you need to do is press the red button and you'll know if you pressed it because it will start counting down for 18 minutes again.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sound.
We can always apply a sepia filter to my primary face. It was gold last time we came in, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, 40 seconds I think. This is a bit too close to my head. "20 seconds of sirens, I think." Ooh. Hello folks, I'm back. I'm in the studio, Sheffield Live Towers. This is Diversity Fest Radio Wingding, and we have a special treat for you this week. It's about bloody time, we haven't had a guest in for 4 years. We have Jessica from The Bleeding Obvious, and we'll come to that in a minute, that wonderful music, but I'll just tell you what I just played. Can't see it because it's, you know, when you got a piece of paper that's so close to your eyes that you can't focus on it. You just heard Sirens by Life Aquatic Band, number 80 in our latest random and totally unscientific end of year chart. And anyway, enough of the rubbish that I'm talking, nearly swore there. Can I now introduce The Bleeding Obvious?
Hello, Trev.
I'm going to shut up now, Jess, for 15 minutes. Do you want to play something?
I could play something. I could play something. If everything's all connected in, all right. If everything, can you get that piano on there?
Yeah.
Marvelous. So, I've got some echoes going on here, and it's very, very ambient, isn't it? It's very ambient. Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. You know that girl you thought you had? The girl's a boy, but don't feel bad. His happiness should make you glad. I was born this way. Born what way? Am I bi or straight or gay? The pendulum swings both ways. Where will I end up today? 'Cause life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. So many labels, so many terms, the more you look, the deeper it turns. LGBTQIA, situational fluidity. Well, I'm a demisexual, pan-romantic, polyamorous androgyne. Sitting in the middle of the gradient line, I'm an LGBT Frankenstein. 'Cause life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. So come on, let's see, what might there be to label somebody like me? Well, There's lesbian and gay and bisexual and queer, pangender, transgender, demigender, androgyne, transsexual, two-spirited, andro, mutois, illicit gender, xenogender, aporogender, quad, bigender, aliagender, agender, intersex? Or maybe I'm just questioning genderqueer. Where does that fit on the Kinsey scale or the Klein sexual orientation grid? Maybe I'm just straight after all, and it's all just a phase. 'Cause life is never quite as straight as it seems. When you've worked it out, then you switch teams. So yeah, my name's Jess. I'm the single sole member of the Bleeding Obvious, in the same way that one drink makes a round and one aeroplane makes an airline. I write a lot of songs about being queer. I'm on the LGBTQIA spectrum myself. Married to my wonderful wife Helen, and I've been touring the show. I toured the show all over the place. I did it in Cadogan Hall in London. I took it to Edinburgh Fringe last year, all sorts of places. And it tends to be about the sort of stuff that people say to you when you come out. The sort of things that they say, such as, it's just a phase, or, you know, my personal favourite was, aren't you supposed to get a uniform or something?
A badge.
A badge. See, the thing is, Trev, you've got to be operating lesbian 11 for the dungarees. You know, it comes with maturity in the role, as I believe HR say. And they say things like, for instance, it's okay by me. It's all right by me, as though they're giving you permission. But your permission is not required. Acknowledgement would be nice. Recognition is essential for me to live my life. Your agreement is not needed. Understanding would be good. Comprehension's not a given. To recognise my womanhood. My biology's not your business, but still you scrutinise. Decide whether I'm pink or blue based on what's between my thighs. Your reasoning is flawed, 'cause it's not so black and white. My gender, my identity, they're my basic human rights. But the sermons of hate come thick and fast. A second wave debate pulled from the past. Gender critical political class. I find your misogynist arguments crass. So next time that you lie down in front of the parade, or post offensive stickers, or shout offensive names, when I next need the bathroom, and let's face it, we all do, I'd like to not get attacked again, 'cause I need to go to the loo. To go to the loo.
Sorry about that, Jess. If I was looking confused, it's because I wasn't quite sure what's connected to where.
It's alright, I had that problem for many years.
I'm glad you're not a surgeon.
But can I just check with you, is your piano on 3?
I'd absolutely no idea if my piano isn't on a microphone. We plugged it directly
Oh,
into
the
the
microphone was on 3,
Yeah.
Trev.
The reason I say it is that
This
the
was-
mic, yeah,
that goes into my keyboard.
it's not very loud.
Ah.
Sorry, compared, your piano is louder than the microphone.
We can do this.
And to compensate for it, I put this up to try
It's
and pick up
alright,
some of your
I
vocal.
think we're there now. I think we're
So
there.
could I put
Yes,
that mic?
I think we're there. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, let's try again, shall we?
What was that called? What were those two songs
Well,
called?
the first one was called Labels.
Yeah.
It's on. The first one was called Labels. It's on Rainbow Heart, which is my which is my second album, which is now 5 years old. Is Rainbow Heart, it sort of begat the tour. Did Rainbow Heart, and then Acceptance, which is the second one I played, which is the Going to the Loo song.
Yeah.
That's on the upcoming, perpetually delayed third album called Dirty Blonde. That honestly is going to be finished this year, and
Yes,
I'm going to get.
yes.
I'm honestly. You know Alice Nichols, she's a regular.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
She's a regular, isn't she? Well, Alice is coming over to my house on Sunday. We're going to finish all the backing vocals.
Yes!
We are going to do this. We're going to do this track. So yes, right. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Well, what shall I do next? Oh, I know what I'll do next. So yeah, another song. Years ago, well, about a year ago, I went to a party. Now, when you're out, and you're out publicly, and you're talking to people and all that kind of thing, and you're out publicly, and you're holding hands in a public place and everything, you're going to get people that stare at you. You're going to, because we're not there yet, we're nowhere near there yet. You get people that stare at you, or even worse. But my wife Helen and I ended up at this party in deepest, darkest Driffield. And so we're at this party in deepest, darkest Driffield, and there was this. It was a lovely party. It was for my boss's 50th birthday. My wife and I were there having a glass of wine, and we were dancing and occasionally smooching. And this bloke kept staring at us. In fact, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set a bit of a scene here. Okay. So yeah, I want you to imagine this party in deepest, darkest Driffield, and we sat there having a glass of wine, and this bloke just kept staring at us, and we're thinking, oh, right, okay, this is a bit odd. But then he came over and started talking to us and saying, it's not right in this, it should be a man and a woman. It shouldn't be a woman and a woman, even if you are a real woman. Well, I'm an immovable force, he's an immutable object, with his self-declared facts and his opinions that he hasn't checked. It's a complex subject, Dave says as he drinks, 'cause he likes what he says and he says what he thinks. Scrolling his phone as words fly past on his Twitter, fueling his attitude, becoming more bitter. Cuts and pastes his performative patriotism, copies his popism, pretentious plagiarism. And I'm looking to find an escape from his clutches when he says, you're not a real lesbian, they're all butchers. 'Cause his tick boxes and logic won't meet you halfway. 'Cause it's black or it's white or it's woke if it's grey. But I'm an immovable force, he's an immutable object, with his self-declared facts and his opinions that he hasn't checked. It's a complex subject, Dave says as he drinks, 'cause he likes what he says and he says what he bloody well thinks. So the thing is, right, this isn't the end of the story. Helen and I went to cross into the next bar, and the bugger followed us.
Oh God.
Oh, with my right to reply, I'm a storm in a D-cup as Dave, call me Dave, is summing his case up. And my wife wants to kill him, which makes me feel a little bit better when he says, don't like that queer stuff, there's too many letters. And he's crossing the floor and gives me a smirk and congratulates himself, he's put in all that hard work. Sidling over, spilling his beer and says, I could get to like you, you're alright for a queer. But I'm an immovable force, he's an immutable object, with his self-declared facts and his opinions that he hasn't checked. It's a complex subject, Dave says he thinks, 'cause he likes what he says, and he says what he bloody well thinks. Thing is, right, we were putting up with Dave at this point, but the more Stella he drank, the more this started to happen. Well, you're not a real woman, or I'll buy you a drink. Something strong, let's do shots, what do you think? And without waiting for an answer, he shoves a glass in my hand. Says, come back to my place. One night stand. Slurs his words and mulls on his plan. Says, you can bring your friend, she just needs a real man. But I know people like Dave, and he's not me bag. Because the only time he's not a bigger is when he's after a family friendly show, you see. But that's not the end of the story, because we've got an epilogue. Oh yeah, because his wife's come to get him. She knows the score when she's picking the pieces from up off the floor. I'm sorry, he's drunk, he's had too much beer. He gets a bit mouthy and a bit cavalier, but I'm an immovable force, he's an immutable object with his self-declared facts and those opinions that he hasn't checked. It's a complex subject, Dave says as he drinks, 'cause he likes what he says, and he says what he likes, and he likes what he thinks, and he thinks while he drinks, and he likes what he bloody well thinks. We've all had somebody like Dave, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
We've all met Dave. We've all met a Dave.
That was wonderful, Jess. What was that song called? Because that's new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's which mic am I on? This one. Okay, I'm on this one. You've just turned that one up, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right, good. It's called Unwanted Attention. Call Me Dave, and it was from the show that I did at Edinburgh Fringe. And it's not going to be on the next album, but I am going to find a way of putting it out somewhere.
So that was a Diversity Fest Radio exclusive.
Absolutely, it was.
Whoa.
Hooray!
Hooray. I hope I pressed the right buttons then. Can we have a 10-minute break while I try and find out what I'm meant to be doing, and
Absolutely.
then have you back to do another 15 minutes?
Definitely. Sounds brilliant to me.
And hopefully some of that went out and the listener heard it and is dancing around the kitchen right now. Okay, let's have another track.
The Journals and Earth Tales. You're listening to Diversity Fest Radio on Sheffield Live 93.2 FM, presented by Trevor Tomlin, Thursdays between 3 and 4 p.m. Why don't you give it a go?
Yes!
I'm going to turn your piano down for now, because then I'll remember to put it up.
Yeah, don't worry.
I know, I slightly changed the order of doing things, but you seemed ready. I was going to play another track, but I thought, no, the earlier we get you playing something, if we run out of time later, it takes the pressure back off.
Absolutely.
So I'm actually probably going to play 2 tracks now, but I might ask you a question in the middle if I can remember where they are, those questions that somebody put on Facebook earlier, or if I can just remember one. There's one about cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no, first I'm going to ask you my questions. I've got 3 questions.
Okay.
And then I'll ask the what I'm going to call the listeners' questions.
Yep.
Not that I've seen all of them yet, but I've got time to try and find them.
Okay. If you tell me vaguely how long we've got left, how long you want me to do next, or you want me to do 3 songs or 4 songs next?
Well, 15 minutes.
Which is 4. Which is.
It depends how long the song is.
Yeah.
Because that last section, when I did it in the wrong order, it was roughly 15 minutes. It was actually 16, but that was alright. So if we're running on time, you've still got another 15 minutes. So
yeah, I mean, Dave's a long one from what I.
Oh, it's nice, varied lengths. The tracks are nice. It makes it nicer for the listener.
Awesome.
Nicer for the listener. Yeah, I mean. So I think we're about 22 roughly, Jess. I haven't recalculated the time, so we weren't following the script. Is that alright? Then I get to play
Who's this,
2 or
by
3
the way,
songs,
Trevor?
ask you a question, and trying to find something else. Is that working alright?
Yes, it's. I keep dutifully looking. I've pressed it once.
Yeah. I mean, it's just good to keep an eye on it because sometimes the
Yeah.
batteries run out as well. So if they do that, tell me, and we've got some more. And we even have another camera. I mean, they've been dropped quite a lot. So this
No,
is
I'm keeping an eye on it.
Unfortunately. Yeah, that was great. I haven't done much posting online to say listen to the show, but
Yeah, it's fine.
that's the bit
I have.
That's the bit I haven't managed to keep up with today. But I can do it afterwards. So, right, I will speak after this, but then I'll play another track, and then I'm back to where I was, where you played earlier, which is great. But you can play more again later. I'll recalculate the time, and if it's too short, I intended to play 2 tracks, I'll just play one of them. Both only 3 minutes anyway.
My God, there's quite a lot of questions being asked. Which is
So yeah, I'm going to speak, play another track, and then after that I'll ask you a question.
Yeah,
That's
go
all
on.
right. And in the middle I'll tell you what the questions are, they're written on there. But I haven't got time to do that now, so I've got 20 seconds.
I'll leave you to it.
Testing. Hey! So, just after you heard Jess there, and I'll tell you more about what she played in a minute, the track I just played was the 3rd one from our Festive 33. I tried to play 3 tracks every show from the end of year chart, and the one you heard was The Truth by Mishra, which was the all-important number 84 in our totally random and unscientific end of year chart. Okay, yeah, I'm going to play another track in a minute, but first I'm just going to tell you what Jessica, aka the Bleeding Obvious, just played. I'm going to look at her across the studio in case I get this wrong. First track you played was Labels, the second track was Acceptance, and the third one was Unwanted Attention.
Call me Dave.
Thank you. I didn't get to write down the last bit. So, I will try and write that down in a minute. But in the meantime, every show I also like to try and. There's an organisation called Loud Women that put on a festival, run a radio station, and things like that. And they got some amazing women-led acts. And I try to play one of their tracks every show. I'm going to try and play one in a minute. In fact, now.
More about Diversity Fest by visiting our
Why
website
is it my eyes can't focus on it?
diversityfest.wordpress.com, where you can leave a message on the contact page.
Yeah, have you
That's
heard
one
of
of mine.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow.
Because I'm on the wrong track. Oh.
Fuck.
Sorry, didn't have time to reset. That was in case you didn't turn up. I put some of your tracks on.
Ah,
But I didn't have. I usually check the track order at the beginning of the show, but we didn't have time to.
it sounded like the Spectrum did that.
I'm really glad you told me it was your track. Yeah, I would have noticed 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard of Loud Women?
Yeah.
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 They're a festival
I'm not
that
loud
has a radio
enough. I'm not
station.
loud enough for them.
No, but for the last few weeks I've been playing. They put a load of free downloads up. They've got a festival coming up in London in September, and I'm still working my way through them. They're all good. There's about 15 of them, so every week I'm trying to play
Yeah,
song by a different band on
there's
that.
a really good band called Gemma Freeman and the Cosmics, something that seemed to be a staple for it.
Yeah.
And Gemma's brilliant, they're absolutely brilliant.
Cool, I've not heard of that one, but there's lots of them. At the moment, they're a great source of this kind of lively women-led music. So once I get through the 15, I'm going to be asking for some more. Right, so I'll play this track and another 2-minute track after it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to ask you my questions. My foolishly hard questions aren't very hard this week, I know that. So I'm going to ask you, not necessarily in this order, what's on the Bleeding Obvious's rider?
Okay.
Git.
Which you've got.
Well, you don't have to answer it.
Okay, go on.
You don't have to tell me answers in advance.
Alright.
Have you had anything interesting thrown at you at one of your gigs? And I'll tell you why I'll ask that later, but I've got 30 seconds to tell you the other question. And what's your favourite type of food?
Okay.
And I suspect you'll say cheese, and cheese. But you might not. Might not. Anyway. Apparently Pink had a wheel of cheese thrown at her at a gig recently. So.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about on Radio Sheffield this morning, so it became a question.
That is different.
So they're really fiendishly hard questions. I'll let you just play the next one.
Visit
That saves me 30 seconds.
sheffieldlive.org to listen again and download the podcast.
So it's just this is again quite a quiet track. I can't hear it. Does that work? If you're on the radio and you play a quiet track, does it get louder if you mime it? No. No, I was going to speak between, but if I don't, you save a minute.
I'll probably do 3 songs.
Okay. It doesn't have to be exactly 15, I guess, it's roughly.
I'll do 3 because we're talking a little bit in between.
Yeah.
I'll kill that.
It's more natural to talk to you in between, in fact.
Let's do that.
Yeah. But if I do go on a bit, just point to your keyboard or something and say, because the only trouble is it means I might rabbit on too long. So I'm used to being here on my own talking crap non-stop. I'm just checking that way. No, when you're here on your own, you can get away with murder. Just talk. Because no one's listening. Well, no one's listening in the room.
You can probably literally, as long as you haven't got the camera on.
I suppose you've got an iPhone cable, have you?
No. I don't have an iPhone. I don't just type the word Mishra.
I think I should have brought my headphones with me because I could hear what it's sounding like on the radio then.
You get that awful sort of 10-second
delay
though.
Oh, I've got 2 radios in different rooms. Sometimes I'm playing something and get this.
Yeah, I do that at home. One's slightly behind the other one.
Sometimes it's quite psychedelic, other times it's irritating.
It's not quite the right order, but I'm just posting that.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so there's about a minute left of this Liz Hanks cello thing.
Laugh at
You
you.
probably know Liz Hanks, she lives in Middlesbrough.
Who?
Liz Hanks. She's a music teacher, plays cello.
Blonde hair.
Huh?
Has she got fair hair about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did a gig.
40s. Lives
Does she play
nearly
harp
next
as
to
well?
Christine Moon.
Does she play harp as well by any chance?
Possibly.
Right. You're back on again. See, I've been paying attention in case you...
Is it on?
It's on.
So good. Let's go back on in 18 seconds. I try not to put my fader up to the last minute because I'm always chuntering to myself before. But I am going to do that.
Sounds quite amusing, I've heard you do it.
It's up now. Apparently, when I chunter along, it's quite amusing. Thank you for listening. Hey up, Sheffield, we're still here. I'm in the studio with my glamorous assistant, Carl. Say hello, Carl.
Hello.
Hello, Carl. And with Jessica, the bleeding obvious. Are you still here?
I'm certainly still here. I have just my back. There, yes. I'm learning how to operate.
Hang on, just hold on a sec, Jess. I'm just going to tell them what I just played. Yeah, that's how I found out that I hadn't put your microphone up. Okay, in a minute we'll have Jessica playing some more music, but I'll just tell you what I played in the middle if I can remember. Oh yeah, I played Human Stain by Shy Godwin, followed by Ride by Liz Hanks. Okay. Would you like to play some more tunes, Mrs. Bleeding Obvious?
Well, I certainly could if you fancy. Have I got a piano here?
Yeah.
Hey. God, that's good, isn't it? That's good. I like the piano. I like the piano.
I was going to ask you a question, but I'll ask you after.
Sitting in a bonnet square, boy meets girl, confident air, buys a drink and that's where it ends. Gotta get going, no time for boyfriends. I know where I'd rather be, lying together, you and me. 'Cause there's plenty of guys around the world, but you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Plenty of guys around the world, but you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Strolling down the street, everyone I meet, boy meets girl, and that's kinda sweet. Me, I ain't got time for no guys, relations like that don't give me butterflies. I know where I'd rather be, lying together, you and me. 'Cause there's plenty of guys around the world, but you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Plenty of guys around the world, but you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Now you see, the thing is, right, at this point I'm meant to pick up a melodica, but I don't have one, so I'm going to improvise. You know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Plenty of guys around the world. You know me, I'm a one-girl girl. A one-girl girl. Who's your one-girl girl? Come on, Sheffield, sing it! Plenty of guys around the world, but you know me, I'm a one-girl girl. Plenty of guys around the world, but you know me. Who's your one-girl girl?
Thank you, Carl, for
I
dancing.
can't believe how much you were dancing in here. That was truly a joy to behold, young Trevor.
I was playing a bit of air bass
You
in
were
the background.
there, weren't you?
It was good.
Great. There was an actual posse. We don't need all this Steve Wright mumbo jumbo. We've got a
Yeah.
posse.
What's that
Well, that was interesting.
noise? Ooh.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. There we go. Yes, we're all right. We're okay.
It's okay.
We're okay. We're all right.
Is that one-girl girl?
That was one girl. Yeah.
I guess.
That was one girl. Excellent. Okay. So I don't quite know why the piano just crashed. I don't quite know why the piano just crashed, but it did. Anyway, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, right. If you'll just excuse me for a second while I just press a button or two. Well, let's go back to that one. So yeah, One Girl Girl is actually on album 3. One Girl Girl is on album 3, and there's this brilliant lesbian close harmony band doing the backing on that, called The Advantages. Great friends in London, and it's fantastic. It's on the new album. We'll all be fine with it. So yeah, I want to go into do a song that's a bit more serious now.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay,
I'll put my serious face on.
put your serious face on.
It's good for radio.
It's a song about Section 28. Many of us, I was at school in the 80s, and for those who don't know, Section 28 was the edict from the then Conservative government prohibiting the promotion of homosexuality in schools. And I've been performing this song for, I don't know, quite a few, got a year or two now, and it's one of those where the venue will just be in It's a new song called, well, I say it's new, it's unrecorded. It's a song called Colours with Pride. I grew up in the shadow of 28, not much hope and a lot of hate. We were desperate to emancipate what we felt inside. The songs we heard kept us alive, glad to be gay and I will survive. A dance floor in a seedy dive, drag queens on the mic. Take my hand, march along, together we are strong. Oh hey oh, oh hey oh, we'll keep our rainbows flying here. Oh hey oh, you bigotry's not welcome here. Oh hey oh, I'm gonna wear my colours with pride. The red top rags and the figureheads condemned the sick and outed the dead as the epidemic quickly spread. We were terrified. In playgrounds we dodged abuse from teenage bullies on the loose. Freedom for the right to choose, it kept us unified. Take my hand, march along, together we are strong. Oh hey oh, we'll keep our rainbows flying here. Oh hey oh, your bigotry's not welcome dear. Oh hey oh, I'm gonna wear my colours with pride. And decades on we face the same as politicians take their aim. Cowards hide behind fake names encouraged by the right. Celebrities who sermonise, hypocrites who moralise. Once again we'll see your lies standing side by side. Take my hand, march along, together we are strong. Oh hey oh, we'll keep those rainbows flying here. Oh hey oh, your bigotry's not welcome dear. Oh hey oh, I'm gonna wear my colours. I'm going to wear those colours. Wear my colours with pride. I'm wearing those colours. Come on now and wear those colours with pride. Everyone here in Sheffield on Radio Land.
Yeah.
Wear your colours with pride.
Time for one more. Just time for
One more, yeah.
One more. Hooray! I like the references to that you're here, live.
Live, absolutely.
Live and alive in the studio. Now I'll shut up and let you play.
Yay!
Go for it.
This is the song that I normally finish my set off. It's one of the favourites in my set. It's one of the one that people always ask for. And the one time that I didn't finish a set with it, I almost got lynched. So this is a song for the disenfranchised. It's a song for the people that struggle to get out of bed on a morning. It's a song for the people that can't come out, are in the closet and everything else. It's called One Foot in Front of the Other. I've yet to meet a person who hadn't been bit by something someone did or said. There will be happy times ahead. Sometimes it don't work out. You want to scream and shout where it's easy to be you. Then life would be so untrue. Take each day at a time. Soon the sun will shine. There's a hill you need to climb. One foot in front of the other. Take each day at a time. You know the sun will shine. Life won't always be sublime. One foot in front of the other. I've yet to learn of someone who didn't U-turn collateral along the road in a manic depressive episode. When it don't check out, stop, work it out, perhaps out of the blue. They'll see a different side of you and take each day at a time. shine. There's a hill you need to climb. One foot in front of the other, take each day at a time. You know the sun will shine, life won't always be sublime. One foot in front of the other. You see, the thing is, Trev, this is the point of the show where I normally do the Jerry Springer moment, you know, when you sat on the end and you talk to the camera. And it's just been lovely being in here, thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, great. And the technical fault that we had earlier just goes to show it's live, right?
It's live.
Thank you very much, Sheffield. You are wonderful people. 1, 2, 3, take each day at a time. Soon the sun will shine. There's a hill you need to climb. One foot in front of the other. Take each day at a time. You know the sun will shine. Life won't always be sublime. One foot in front of the other and take each day at a time. Quite as straight as it seems. Hey!
Thank you, Jess. Sorry, I pressed around. That was actually meant to be the applause sound effect, but never mind. That was my stomach. I haven't had my lunch yet. Thanks, Jess. Sorry about the rowdy dancing at the end. We were really putting you off.
It was fine, it was great.
Carl were dancing around
All
the studio
All
with my rainbow flag. Anyway,
I was expecting something to get broken.
So let me just check, Jess. The tracks you just played were One Girl Girl, Colours with Pride, and One Foot in Front of the Other. How can the listener find out about the Bleeding Obvious?
Well, you can follow me on Facebook as The Bleeding Obvious.
Yep.
You can go follow me on the Fediverse on Mastodon. The Fediverse. I'm Bleeding Obvious at blop.social. To be fair, if you go to the website, which is bleedingobvious.uk, then you'll find links to it all. You can find this Bleeding Obvious on YouTube. There's loads of shows on there, including at least 2 full ones. And yeah, or just come along to a gig. It's always lovely to see people at gigs and meet folk.
When are you playing next, Jess?
Well, my next show, I'm doing Bradford Pride this Saturday.
Excellent,
I'm doing a lunchtime set at Bradford Pride this Saturday. But I'm going to be doing a reprise of my Fringe show at the Flamboyance in Leeds.
Ooh.
I also present an open mic night that's on at the Polka Hop in Wakefield every first Monday of the month, where I'll usually play some of my own songs. And on top of that, I'm on at Wakefield Pride, but I'm DJing at that, so it'll be chaotic.
And in the autumn, do you think your new album will be out, hopefully?
We're hoping so. It really does depend.
Yeah.
We want it on vinyl, so it really does depend on the lead time on that.
But as soon as something's available, will you let me play it on the show?
100%. I might even send you some advanced tracks.
Ooh, thank you. Right, can I do a quick 60-second
Do me
question
go
round
on,
with you?
question round.
Do you want your piano up or down?
I want it down. I can do this without the piano.
Okay. So I put word out. Say, anybody got a question they really want me to ask Jess? And I've got loads, and I've got loads, and I've got loads, and we've got 60 seconds, so I'm going to just pick some.
Go for it.
What's the most interesting thing you've had thrown at you at a gig?
A pair of knickers with my old band name on it.
I wasn't expecting that. What's your favourite type of food?
Cheese.
What's on the rider for the Bleeding Obvious?
A mug of Earl Grey, a full-length mirror, some water, and a cheese board.
A cheese board? What are you talking about cheese? One of the listeners' questions was, how many cheeses are there in the perfect cheese board?
Depends on how many you're feeding, but for me, 8.
Is that just for 8? Oh, nice. Okay. I had no idea what the answer to that was going to be.
It needs to be. You need a soft, a blue, a hard, a goat to start with, and then and then add in any more that you fancy.
Smoked.
That's amazing.
You know, I'm not keen on smoked. I'm not keen on smoked.
Yeah, but you burnt your mouth, didn't it? That hot cheese. I can't remember any of the other questions, but if I do in the meantime, I'll come back to you in a minute.
Yay.
Otherwise, Jess, if we run out of time, thank you very much for coming in and playing live on the Diversity Fest radio show.
Hooray!
Now I'm allowed to have guests in. Do you want to come in again next year?
Yeah, of course I will.
Or
Can I come in once I've got the album out?
if the album's ready before next year. That's what I was going to say next. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Okay. So excellent. Thank you, and thank you to my glamorous assistant Carl and Pofo
Thank you,
in the
Carl.
corner,
Fantastic.
who's actually really good at dancing around that confined space. Right. I'm going to play out with a track that Carl might recognise.
Ah.
This is the Generals. What's going on? Button just fell off the CD player. That was the first thing, is I pressed the button and it fell off.
Do the smile trap.
Sorry, everything went wrong. Well, actually, the things that I expected to go wrong weren't the things that went wrong, but other things did.
Yes.
But that's alright, it doesn't matter.
It's absolutely fine. And my piano crashed. It's never done that before.
I couldn't remember any of those other questions that posted on Facebook. The only one I remember was the cheese one, which was the last one.
The cheese one's right.
So apologies to your friend that posted 9.
No, that was Peter Crowther.
Well, I read them before I came, but I couldn't remember a single one of them.
It's quite bittersweet, the cheese subject, because I found out through my own research a few years ago that cheese is a major migraine trigger with me. So
that's sad.
I managed to find some fake cheese that is not totally
Fake
awful.
cheese.
But I miss cheese less than I miss the migraines, so
You know what? For my birthday, I put on a cheese board.
yeah.
And I invited lots of friends to help me come and eat it.
You have 90
There were
miles?
no, we had 123 in the end.
Yeah.
But we had 4 vegan cheeses in it, and they were.
FM Live, made in Sheffield, made by you.
Okay.
See you on Sheffield Live.
Thank you. That was chaos. You know,
That was chaotic,
I knew it would be.
It worked.